Good evening. My name is Mark Nicholson. I'm the director of bands here at China Spring High School, and I would like you to welcome to our first of four concerts in this winter season. These are our jazz bands. We're privileged to have jazz band both at the middle school and the high school, and you're going to see both of those groups live tonight. One of the cool things about the jazz paradigm is that it's one of the true American art forms. It's a musical style that was created right here in America, and it uses this thing called improvisation. And you've probably heard me talk about the music advocacy thing, and I have some that I'm going to share for some other concerts. But long story short, music advocacy, things that happen in your brain, it's magical when you add music to it. When you add tonality and when you add cadence and rhythm and the artistry of music, your brain starts to do amazing things. And generally it has to do with the way your brain interacts between these two spheres of the brain. In jazz music, there's one thing that happens that it doesn't happen in really any other form of music unless you go into like the pop rock style, and that is a thing called improvisation. And some of these students are going to do that here tonight. What improvisation is the composer gives the performer kind of a guideline, some maps about what the tune is doing harmonically, and they get to make up a melody all on their own. And it's terrifying, right? Some of you feel like it's terrifying? Yeah. Okay. And here's why I mentioned that. And if you've been around me for any amount of time, you've heard me say this. I think more importantly, we teach students music because we love music and we want them to enjoy music. But we really use music as a vehicle to introduce them to things in life. And all the adults in here probably remember a moment in your life where it was real scary to take that first step. It scared you to death, and you had to go out there and put yourself out there and do it anyway. And on the other side of that fear, a lot of us found that there was a whole lot of fun on the other side of it. And improvisation is one of those things that puts students, just sort of like public speaking, it puts them in a space where they get to take that step into this unknown, uncomfortable world and exist out there. And ideally, as they do it more and more, like many of us that are a little older in the room would tell them, they start to find the fun on the other side of that fear. And that's why I think the cool thing about jazz band is that improvisation component is so cool. We'll be announcing lots of solos tonight. A couple of things before we get started. If you haven't, cscougar.com/program. The program's right there. Canva's really cool and gives us a link where we can update it as we go. So if something's wrong, let us know. Also in that program, there's a big old list of sponsors. They get us so many things for the marching band, for these guys, for everyone really throughout our program. They, deserve our congratulations, so if you'd give them a big round of applause. Also, I would encourage them, give them your business, because they're investing here, right here in China Spring, into students, and it's really, really, really amazing. First, I believe Dr. Rutherford's here. Right now, I feel our admin, you guys, I know Dr. Rutherford's in now, I can't see you, but you're back there somewhere. Our admin are spread all over the place right now, because there's 10,000 things going on in the district, and them making sure that they all are covering all of these concerts is an amazing thing. So Dr. Rutherford, thank you for being here. I know all the other admin were looking at, hey, I have to be over here, and they're all covering it today, and we appreciate them for doing that. But also just their general support in the day-to-day operations, the getting the things that we need to do. They do an amazing, amazing job, and so I want to publicly thank them. If you would give them a round of applause. Obviously, there's our roadies and our boosters. Several of you are probably out there, man, these lights are brighter. Do y'all feel like these lights are brighter? Yeah, they're totally bright. I can't see literally anybody out there. So all of our roadies and boosters, if you're in here, just wave for us. I know some of you are out there, but thank you so much for what you do. Give them a round of applause. They're out there fundraising. They're the ones that set up the bake sale outside, or the bake sale at the concert band concerts. They're also the ones that are helping with the band cookie fundraiser, and they're doing all of that so they can have money. When we say, hey, we need pizza for this or we need something for that, they're going to say, yeah, how much does it cost? We're going to write the check. And it's an amazing organization. Some of you that are younger or older parents, if you would like to serve, we certainly would love to plug you into that, because I really feel strongly that that's an amazing thing. When I was in college, when Mr. Silver was in college, I know we were both part of a fraternity called Kappa Kappa Psi, and they're the sorority called Tau Beta Sigma. It is actually a service fraternity, and we are the band boosters of college bands. That's what we do, and we raise money for it. So it's a cause that's near and dear to my heart, and I want to encourage you to be in there. All right, I think I got all the announcements out of the way. Is everybody good? Yeah. Y'all ready to go? Yeah. All right. Now we value a lot letting the students introduce the tunes, because although like I've practiced speaking in front of people a few times, we want them to have the opportunity. So I would like to introduce Mr. Cool himself, Ben Odajima.
The first piece we'll be playing is Mr. Cool, written and composed by Mike Steinel. The soloists on this piece are Ricky Salazar, Connor Watts, and Charlie McDaniel.
One, two.
So one thing I forgot to say, this is Mr. Silver's first jazz band, right? This is his very, come out here, Mr. Silver. This is his very first jazz band as a director. One more thing, I was out in the audience to kind of encourage you. When someone plays a solo in jazz, and I know some of the older parents know exactly what this is, everyone else heard me start clapping. I'm like, why are you clapping in the middle of the song? In jazz, unlike in like the regular band setting, it's a little more rowdy when those solos happen. So if someone plays a solo up here, they stand up and they play. Feel free to shout, yell, be all that stuff. That is the spirit of what jazz band is. So I just wanted to clarify. I started clapping. I'm like, everyone's like, why is he clapping? That's why. That's just what it is. So, Mr. Silver.
How good was that? One more round of applause. I'm going to give a few thank yous of my own. First, Mr. Ellis, Ms. Bari, thanks for letting me come over to your campus and make music with these musicians every single day. It means the world to me, and it's so much fun. One of the highlights of my day. Also, I see some members of the high school jazz band out there. Are you there? Yeah, there's a couple. That is so cool that the high school jazz band members are here to watch the middle school members, don't you think? Yeah. Because 8th graders, raise your hand on stage. Next year, that's you, right there. Yeah. Parents, thank you, thank you. Students, thank you. It's been so much fun, hasn't it? All right, cool. Without further ado, who's introducing next? Logan Folsom.
Our next piece is White Christmas by Michael Sweeney. It's a light bossa. I'm a doubler on trumpet for the middle school jazz band, and there's no solos.
One more thing to add. This whole semester, we've had a student teacher with us, Mr. Caldwell. Want to come on out here? Right here, Mr. Caldwell. So if you've heard stories at home about Mr. Caldwell and have no idea who that is, this is him, right here. He's been working with the jazz band all semester. The kids love him. He's about to graduate from Baylor with his degree in music education next Saturday. This Saturday. One round of applause for Mr. Caldwell. pretty good, isn't it? Some of them 2.5 years on the instrument, some of them 1.5 years, some 3 months. Yeah? If you're a doubler who this is your first semester playing this instrument you're holding right now, stand up. So these are clarinet, oboe, flute, euphonium players who picked up this instrument in August and learned it to play in the jazz band. 8th grade doublers, stand up. That's so cool to me. I wish I would have been able to do this when I was in high school. I wasn't given the opportunity, but if I had, I would have been so cool. This last tune is going to be pretty fun for one reason. Band, don't say anything, okay? It's our secret until it happens, okay? You can sit down. Connor, yeah. Your jaw's on the floor. Okay, without further ado, Peyton.
Hello, my name is Peyton, and I double on saxophone. My main instrument is flute. Our next song is St. Louis Blues, arranged by Michael Steinel.
So I used to be super against playing with the students, and I don't know why it was, but I was like, oh no, they need to play, and I had to go back to a moment in my life where a guy named George Faber, who I brought here several years ago, is a really professional level jazz piano player. And he's got to be in his 70s now, but I remember when I was a young jazzer, just getting to play in groups with him was so much fun. And so somewhere, in that world, when they were like, hey, come play, I started saying yes a lot more. One, because I enjoy jazz, I'm a jazzer myself, but it's just super fun to get to perform with these guys. So thank you guys for letting me be in on that. Give it one more round of applause for our middle school jazz band.